Hello, my name is Charles Ardinger, and I'll be working with you as your instructor in your upcoming English 100 class. I'm making this brief video presentation in order to introduce myself to you a little bit, and also to introduce you to some aspects of this class that will help you as you go forward. So to begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Charles Ardinger. Hello. I've been working here at Coastline College since 2013 in the English department, teaching classes of exactly the type that we're about to be working on together. In addition to my experience, such as it is, I consider myself an expert on English grammar. I really enjoy studying English grammar. I like talking about it, I like thinking about it, and I like answering questions about it. So if you have any questions at any time about some issue of English grammar, please don't hesitate to email me. I look forward to hearing from you. And that's a little bit about me. I'll be learning more about you through your writing as we continue, and you probably will be learning a little bit more about me also, but I think that's enough for now. Let's turn our attention to how our class looks and how it works. So this is the front page of our class. It's the first thing you see when you load this particular class. You'll notice that it has the catalog number of the course and the name of the course and my name, Charles Ardinger. And it also has a number of other interesting features that I'd like to talk to you about. To start with, notice on the right side of the page here, and also down the middle of the page here, is a schedule of events in the class. These are things in the class that you should be doing or knowing about, and you'll notice they're arranged by date. So there are some things that are due on Sunday, October 29th, then on Saturday, November 4th, and so on. What this means is that anytime you're wondering what you should be doing or what part of the class you should be looking at, you can start by just looking at the front page here and knowing what the date is. This will help you, I think, greatly as you continue to try to manage your time, which is a very important skill to have in an online class, one of the most, I think, important of those skills. Along with the schedule on the front page, you'll also notice that there is this heading, Recent Announcements. That leads you to these announcements. I will be posting an announcement of this kind once or twice a week, every week, as we continue. And they're going to concern things that I've seen in class that I think merit discussion, or little tricks of grammar that I like to point out, or advice on how to do more academic work. The easiest way to read these announcements is to go to the most recent announcement, you'll recognize it by its date, and click on its title. That will lead you to a page that looks like this, and it will contain the announcement that you're trying to read. You can read this one by pressing pause later, or, just look at it when you start the class. It says pretty much what I've just said. I'll be posting them once or twice a week. They will concern issues of interest to the class, and although I won't quiz you on these issues, I think that reading these announcements will help you greatly as you continue, just in terms of helping you get more information as we develop those academic writing skills. The next thing I want to show you, back at home, is another way that we can communicate with each other. I will communicate by posting announcements, but I'll also communicate through how I respond to your submissions. And to find out about that, you'll want to follow this link that says Grades. Makes sense, right? Following this link leads you to a page like this, which has a list of all the assignments on it in alphabetical order. I'm sorry, chronological order. They're listed in the order in which they appear. Here is an assignment that has been completed by an imaginary test student. The first assignment. It's got a grade of 90%, and I have left some comments, some feedback. To find out more, I can just click click, on the title of the assignment, and that will lead me to a page that looks like this. As you'll see, it says submission details. The submission would be the thing you turn in to me. The first thing that you'll notice on this page probably is this comment. I will leave a comment of this type on everything that you submit to me. Every paragraph, every essay will get detailed feedback of this kind. I will write some words about how I responded to what you wrote, how it could look more academic, how it could make more sense, that kind of thing. Basically, advice for future submissions. Also, I grade all these submissions on a rubric. A rubric is a list of details that help me decide whether the essay is acceptable or not. For example, if we click Show Rubric here, we will see that I grade this essay based on 4 questions. Does the paragraph follow a specific kind of pattern? Does it use a specific kind of outline? Does it fulfill a length requirement? Does it fulfill grammatical expectations? And as you can see, this particular essay does well on 3 of those criteria, and not so well on another one of them. This student obviously needs to add more words to their work, and that's something that they can work on as they continue, because they've seen this rubric. And now here's one more way to get feedback on your work. You can do it by clicking this link that says View Feedback. Doing that will produce a smaller copy of the work you submitted to me. It'll look something like this. Probably your copy will look larger because my camera program demands a smaller window, and so it makes smaller text. But you'll turn in work that looks kind of like this, and you'll notice that in this work there are annotations, which you'll see here in the pink lettering. Those are notes that I will make on your work, usually about grammar. I will put notes with suggestions on how to make things seem more academically appropriate. For longer annotations, I'll use this highlighter tool, as you see here in orange, and that leads to a highlighted comment that appears in this box on the right side of your work. I'll use that for grammar issues that need a little bit more explanation, or more complicated phrases, or more general comments. So to find out more about your work, you can use this View Feedback link, you can use this Show Rubric link, and you can use this comment that, again, I will make on all of your work. And that's an important way for me to communicate with you. But I want to make sure that there's a way for you to communicate with me as well. I want this to be as much a two-way street as possible, considering that we're in an online class. And I want to try to get past some of the alienation or distance that we might feel from each other because of, our actual distance from each other. So, on Thursdays, between 1830 and 2000, or 6:30 and 8 p.m. Pacific time, I will be in my virtual office through Zoom. To get to that office, you can click this link here via Zoom, and that will lead you to where I have my Zoom meetings, my student visiting time meetings. I'll also send you a reminder on Thursdays with the Zoom invitation, so that you can join me in my virtual office. When we're there, we can get together and chat about ideas. We can talk about what's going on in class. I can answer any questions you might have. You might be able to answer some questions I might have. We can communicate in a personal way that we really can't over email or through responses to your submissions. Also, as you'll see in the syllabus, there is some extra credit involved with these office meetings, so you might consider that as we continue. And finally, I'd like to point out these optional grammar refresher modules. These are modules I've made up that are automated. They have multiple choice or complete the question tests that you can look at to give yourself some practice on issues of grammar. I've made modules about commas and about sentence variety and about ing words and verb forms, because verb forms are often very strange. And I hope that you can take advantage of these to help yourself with any grammar questions that you might have. Of course, if you see anything there that seems odd or doesn't make sense, you can, of course, email me to ask any questions that you might have. But I hope that this will help you as we continue. And those are the aspects of our front page that I wanted to show you. And so I'd like to end this brief video presentation by saying thank you. Thank you very much for enrolling in the class, because without students, there would not be a class. So in a very real way, I'm indebted to you for letting me keep my job. Thank you for that. I want to remind you that I'd like to encourage you asking questions. Please email me if you see anything that seems remotely odd, and let me know about it. I don't always know when I'm not making sense, so I rely on you to help me know when I need to explain myself more clearly. And finally, thank you for your time and attention.